Alright, I want to make this quick video on ergative and oblique relations. And let's review ergativity again, right? So ergativity, right? When the subject of an intransitive verb can sometimes be the object of a transitive verb. There can be switches, right? So a subject of an intransitive verb can be the object of a transitive verb. You can have the same pronoun switched in those positions, the subject and object, depending on what the transitivity of the verb is. Well, sometimes oblique case pronouns are, as we said, like the receiver or the one experiencing or the one that's going to get an action or an experience, right? The to, the for, the with, that kind of thing. To them, to you, to him, with them, for me, to me, that kind of stuff is oblique-ish, right? And sometimes we experience the ergative side, like sometimes the person that's being the oblique, can also experience the focus of an argument, the ergative focus, or the ergative side, kind of, yeah. Right, so here I wrote down the list of ergative and oblique pronouns, right? For the ergative postfix, right? The first one, ergative postfix, we have the nako, nimo, niya, nato, namo, ninyo, nila. And to get the ergative prefix, you just remove the n, right? You remove the n and we get ako, imo, iya, ato, amo, inyo, ila, right? And then the oblique is a combination of the ka plus the everything. You'll see it in the colors. The colors will tell you, right? So it's the ka plus the nako, nimo, right? And I think that's just embedded in a relationship for all of those. The one I want to talk about though is the oblique the oblique prefix, and this one, the oblique prefix and the ergative prefix and the oblique forms. So the ergative prefix, right? I put sa in parentheses because it's almost always going to be followed by sa, right? Sa ako sa imo, sa iya, sa ato, right? Sa ako, yeah. So the sa, you're gonna have like sa ato, sa amo, sa inyo, and then most likely you're also gonna have the extra vowel at the end too. Sa ako sa imo ha, sa iya ha. So bear in mind that I put that sa there just to keep that kind of pointer or that kind of little thumb for you to memorize, because if we're talking about the ergative prefix, you're gonna have the sa as a ergative preposition. You're gonna have the sa as a pre-word for it, or preceding it. So sa ako right? Now, the prepositioned ergative pronouns are sometimes interchangeable with the oblique pronouns, right? And I say oblique, when I say oblique, I mean the full oblique forms, the kanako, kanimo, kaniya, right? Those. That's what I meant by like the ergative-oblique relationships, because these two, even though it's ergative, it may be a little different form of ergative, but its ergative can be interchangeable with the full form of the oblique. And these are the example sentences I have. So, aduna pay usa ka regalo para sa imo, right? Aduna pay usa ka regalo para sa imo. Or it's also safe to say aduna pay usa ka regalo para kanimo, right? Sa imo or kanimo, they both mean the same thing, right? And this is what I mean by sometimes the subject of an intransitive verb, or the focus, I should say, in this case, the focus of an intransitive verb can sometimes be the focus of a transitive verb, right? So in this case, like, even though we're talking about, we're focusing on you getting something to you, or you are doing or getting or receiving something, you are experiencing the receiving or the getting of something to you, for you, right? They both work the same way, It's just one of them is in the oblique, one of them is in the ergative case. The oblique case and ergative case. And they both mean the same thing, so we'll understand you. Second one works the same way too. Kining libro ha alang sa iya ha, or kining libro ha alang kaniya. They, again, you can interchange these. They both mean the same. And this is what I mean by the sa, because you have to have a sa here. With that sa and the ergative preposition, that pre word is that sa right there. Okay? Next one is giming ako sa imo ha. Giming ako kanimo. Now, even though we can put in a previous video I said giming ako nimo. Nimo is the ergative post position. It's the full form of the post position. That works too. But you can also say gimingaw ko sa imoha, right? Because mingaw is a transitive verb. And if we put the sa imoha means I miss, it's more like saying I miss to you. Like I am missing to you in that manner. Like you are the one that's missing to me, if you kind of put it in that sense. But sa imoha, gimingaw ko sa imoha, like I'm the one that's missing or doing the missing to you, right? Ako, right? Ako, am the one who's doing the missing, right? The action of missing to you. You are that focus to you. That's why I'm emphasizing to, because again, the sa is that preposition to, for, with, I'm the one that's missing for you or with you, right? You are the one that's receiving all of that, the direction. And same thing with kanimo, gimingaw ko kanimo, that also makes sense. Like they mean the same thing if you switch it to the oblique form, right? Because again, if you're the object, the oblique-ish object, you are receiving some sort of action, right? And last one is ihatag ko kaninyo, or ihatag ko kaninyo pa, ihatag ko sa inyo pa, which means I will still give it to you. I will still give it, because pa is that enclitic particle meaning still or yet, I still will give it to you, or I still will give it, or going to give it to you all. This is the second person plural, kaninyo, to you all. Yeah, kaninyo sa inyo, to you all, second person plural. They both mean the same thing. I will still give it to y'all, right? I still will give it to y'all. And again, right, this is the object of our transitive verb, right? Because they're the ones that are receiving the action. That's why it's an ergative right here. The ergative is the object of the transitive verb, but canino is also the oblique receiving the action, right? So that's why they're interchangeable. So you're the object of a transitive verb, whereas you are also receiving the action or experiencing the action of giving, of receiving something, right? So that's why they function the same way in that manner. They're not exactly the same, but they cross over their meanings to mean the same thing. So both are definitely acceptable and understood to be as I still will give